Welcome back to Living Local. Rick's House of Hope was formed back in 1998 to ensure the needs of grieving and traumatized children are not overlooked. Now in 2015, the center became a program of Vera French Community Mental Health Center. And they're this segment's sponsor, and today we are highlighting how Rick's House of Hope makes a difference in the community with Dr. Rich Whitaker, Vera French CEO. Thank you again for coming in.
You're welcome. Great to be here.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk specifically about how Rick's House of Hope can help children.
Well, you know, Rick's House of Hope is much more than a place. It's really more of a commitment to help children and families who are suffering from grief, loss, trauma. You know, there is an actual place. There's a house on Northwest Boulevard in Davenport. But really, Rick's House of Hope services are provided in a number of locations. They include individual therapy and support groups for children and families working through the loss of a loved one or a traumatic experience.
Yeah, that's so nice to know that that's in our community to help children, because that's definitely a need. We sometimes forget that or overlook the children and how much help that they need to get through some grieving or their a loss even. So what other services does Rick's House of Hope provide?
Well, Rick's House of Hope has teamed up again with the YMCA to provide summer camps, a couple of summer camps over at Camp Abe Lincoln.
Oh, that's a great place.
Yeah, yeah, and actually those summer camps are just amazing. They're opportunities for kids to not just have fun and get outdoors and have some activities and crafts, but to do that in a therapeutic space.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So tell us a little bit more about the summer camps. Who can attend?
Yeah, well, we've got Camp Good Grief for kids who've suffered a loss of a loved one, working through that. We have Camp Roller Coaster for kids who have maybe trouble with the ups and downs, and so we're helping them with coping skills and that kind of thing. We're also teaching and helping kids through the stages of grief. We're helping them to see that their feelings are real, that they're important, and that they're not alone, that there are other kids who are going through some of the same kinds of things.
Yeah, I think that sometimes they feel that. They feel like that they're alone, but it's so nice to know that there are other people, other kids their age going through the same thing.
Right,
yeah.
that support is so important for kids.
For sure. So let's talk about some of the other services that you guys provide for children and families.
Well, Vera French has outpatient counseling services for children and their families, medical services to provide psychiatric medication kinds of support for kids. You know, parent-child interaction therapy is something that Vera French has had therapists go through certification and training to learn how to help parents with very young children who've got those extreme behaviors where they're just acting out, they're causing all kinds of grief for the family, and parent-child interaction therapy helps that parent develop those skills in vivo. They work with them and their child, and with just a few sessions, parents are reporting feeling love again for their child who was so difficult before.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice to know that there is that support and to see a difference so quickly, too. Yeah.
We also have the in-home services through multi-systemic therapy, working with at-risk youth, teens, and their parents, really helping to create positive experiences right there in the home.
Okay, so how can parents get help for their children?
Well, you know, we've got same-day access for children too. So Mondays and Thursdays from 2 to 4:30, parents can bring their kids right into Vera French and get in to see a mental health counselor, get started with that evaluation. We've also got school-based therapy. Now that's not going right now, but pretty soon school-based counselors will be meeting with parents to get their children signed up to get started this next school semester.
Now you guys offer so much. How do parents know what program is the right fit for them?
Well, you know, that's why we do same-day access with that mental health counseling evaluation. Talk to a counselor, learn about all the services available, and let that counselor help help the parent decide what's best for their child.
Okay, now you mentioned school is ready to start back up, and you guys are going to be pretty busy, you say, right?
Things ramp up very quickly
Yeah.
mid-August as school gets started. So.
Okay, so there is help available when school starts, but you say that's when it's going to pick up, though, so be aware of that, right?
Yeah, we're super excited to help everyone, and we're still kind of getting through this pandemic, and hopefully we can provide the services and supports necessary for families and their children.
Yeah, wonderful. You guys do so much. That's just wonderful that you're here in the community for people here in the Quad Cities. Thank you again for coming in to talk to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Again, this segment was sponsored by Vera French Community Mental Health Center, and you can learn more at verafrenchmhc.org. And we'll also have all those details posted over at ourquadcities.com.